Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one of the last episodes here of Unity Command Return. We are off to Vistula, Oder. A slightly bigger scenario. I've got plenty of troops and I've got plenty of reserves, as you might be noticing slightly casually here. And the German reserves, on the other hand, are beginning to weaken. The rear areas are rather empty. There's a few garrison units. Festung Posen. A few rear area troops, but otherwise it's everything here at a increasingly shallow looking front line, which can't even keep everything covered right around here. So there's definitely a few problems here for the Germans. Panzer divisions are, well, looking better than in East Prussia. We've got the Hamm-Göring Panzer Division, the Fallschirm Panzer Division here attached with the Jagdpanzer IV L70, also known as the Panzer IV L70, the L70 referring to the longer gun, the same as the Panther gun with its higher velocity. You've also got the Brandenburger Panzergrenadier Division, part of the Großdeutschland Panzer Corps, formed out of the otherwise Brandenburg special units here, but otherwise formed into a Panzergrenadier Division by the later stage of the war. We've got the 25th, 19th, we've got the 20th Panzergrenadiers, and we've got the 16th and 17th Panzer Divisions, with a few attachments in the forms of Stooks and some reconnaissance elements. Probably taken from elsewhere, or possibly at this stage of the war could be from a unit, sort of training unit, sort of formed up for combat. Otherwise, it's a mix of infantry units, sort of holding up things here. Some with pioneers. In fact, we have the Kampfgruppe Pionier Brigade right here. Fancy, fancy. And we got a few Volksgrenadiers also holding things up, but overall, not a lot left really to sort of hold up the front line. And once I've broken through here, I mean, that's it. On the other hand, I'm getting increasingly more and more T-3485s. I've got plenty of artillery as well. So, shall we get to it, gentlemen? And overall here we're seeing a rather nice rivery area. I do need to sort of break through here and here and here to sort of follow up with the supplies, otherwise I mean my assaults will rather quickly dry up. By rather quickly dry up, I do mean rather quickly. And there we go, we've already established a breach. So there we go. I've also got a bunch of air support, so I'll probably want to utilise that rather swiftly. On top of everything else. And at least clear out one of those two Panzer divisions, I'll go for the one with the reconnaissance elements. And there we go. Successfully making my way through there. Another infantry division taking a bit of a flashing. Lighter amounts of damage inflicted there upon the fascist foe. Limited amounts of success there, but otherwise following up here with the 7th Guards Mechanized equipped with IS-2s. Really adding in a bunch of punch there, and there we go, another pair of infantry divisions simply wiped out. Things are certainly crumbling fast here at the Third Reich. So that should definitely make for a bit of good fun. That's going to be rather difficult to attack them, particularly as the weather is rather snowy all over except right there with this rain, and certainly rain could certainly prove to be a problem here in January for some reason. Go, a bit of a beating there. Quick follow up there with the tank corps. Going to see if I can't weaken up some of the defenders a bit, though, allowing for a crossing from here. And there we go. Let's see if we can get some units over there somehow. Pounding a go. There we go. There we go. Need to breach my way into Warsaw as well, though that's going to take a bit of a while. The defenders are rather stubbornly dug in, and the weather is, as you might be noticing, not really helping. And that, well, went about as terribly as one could expect. Which, of course, is hardly comforting. We're going to follow up here. Doing my best to basically clear up as many of the Germans here as possible. And open up quickly for a road to Warsaw. That's not going to end well, so let's not go there instead. It is a silly place. It is a silly place. Of course, I'm rather sort of getting reserves here made available. There we go, they got breached, which slightly helps, but only ever so slightly and ever so lightly. And there we go, that actually opened things up a wee bit. Sadly, I can't quite get to cut off the supplies for Warsaw. That would be nice, but there you go. Going to push through here. Overall, not a lot left for the reserves to do, though I might as well get them out here. And there we go, still a few divisions remaining in reserve. So there we go, good pressure so far. Also got one Polish army here up, it seems, though I can't really do much with them at the moment. Let's say we got all these tank units, which I need to somehow move across here, but basically it's just a huge mess of units that are basically stuck. There we go, cavalry nicely makes its way. And there we go. Hopefully next turn I should be able to conduct a further breaching here, taking Warsaw. Krakow, I imagine, will fall next turn, as this Zubefehlige something Verfügung. I do believe that's actually what it means is not going to last long. The Panzer Division might be able to rush down there, but that's not going to last long. I mean, already the German reserves are being overstretched. Let's see how they react. Hermann Göring rushing down there to sort of meet the bulk of the armour. Brandenburger charging in, one Panzer Division there, one Panzer Division there, sort of trying to block up the way to Krakow. Remaining few infantry is sort of caught up, trying to get out of there, and in fact they're largely abandoning Warsaw as well, actually making it easier for me to get in there. Infantry Division shattered, or a Rifle Corps, or Rifle Division. Unit there also took quite a thrashing. A few hits here and there, but ultimately nothing that will last for long against the might of the Soviet Union. We shall immediately... Oh, I can't get them. Well, that failed to make a massive impression upon my fascist foe. Alright, that could have gone better as well. Seems to have limited success on top of everything else. Krakow is proving to be a bit more stubborn than initially anticipated. Much more stubborn. Much more stubborn. The bastards! You're not supposed to hold out that well, I think. Anyways. And there we go. Well, Shaw fell considerably faster due to the the fact that they rather abandon things, making it a lot easier for me to sort of make an advance up there. Most appreciated, certainly. But rather slow progress in many parts. Hammond going is definitely going to be a bit of a problem, but with sufficient force I should be able to overcome that one, although it is going to hurt rather a bit. Sadly, nothing I can do about that. It would be nice if I could. Pentagon is there, taking a slight beating. Sneaking up there, and blocking off them so they can't do anything silly to my supply lines, which would be just slightly uncomfortable. Might as well reform those. And also getting these remaining rifle corps in. Sadly, Krakow refused to fall despite all best efforts in bringing down the otherwise slight garrison. Much to my great annoyance, but there you go, that's sometimes how the game goes. Sometimes, you know, you just end up with, oh, right, a pair of rolls that didn't quite work out in my favour, and I don't get that, but, you know, as long as it doesn't completely make a victory at all difficult, you know, I usually don't mind. At least I don't. Oh, there we go. The German front line is crumpling like a paper bag under an awful lot of pressure. And I also got all of these units here sort of available if I want to use some of all the massive amounts of prestige I have available. I couldn't even use that because I've basically got that blocked up, and well, there's not much to it. So let's just end the turn. Having going though, holding up nicely. Having been raided apparently quite well even this late into the war. I don't know that much about the Hammond-Göring Panzer Division though. Well, it was an elite unit, and of course it got the best thanks to Hammond-Göring generally. Initially as a Panzer Division, it fought there in, well, not initially, it was actually part of a flak unit and a police unit, then later formed into a Panzer unit which fought in North Africa, Tunisia, then reformed as a Panzer Division for Italy. Actually, it also fought in Sicily. Rather reformed a lot of times, actually. And there we go. Time to get moving rather rapidly. No time to dilly-dally. And there we go, that causes one of the slightly more silly things, I suppose, in my optics, where, you know, an elite division can so quickly be rendered into nothing. I also need to take lots by now, but again, Krakow holding things up did not help. It did not help. One bit. There we go. You just quickly get the devil moving. Panzer gonna do this. Wiped out. The Brandenburgers stood no chance. Now it's just all about burning rubber and getting everything moving. Well, what can move, to be honest? Reform. Probably some of those tank units could do with a few SU-76s attached to them, that's for sure. As in the turn, one Panzer Division left, a few Volksgrenadiers, otherwise it's, well, garrisons all the way. There might be some reserves arriving eventually, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it with one of the Germans. They're basically enforcing whatever garrisons and rear area units that are left, like, you know, yeah, here's some more men. These are the best Germany has to offer. Well, not really, but you know, we can't say otherwise. Go, lots taken. Now it's just about burning rubber. Well, not rubber. Well, although it would have been traction, there would have been rubber burned as well. But you know, I suppose metal would be more appropriate. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to make it in time. I think I was a bit too held up long. Partly due to some slightly unfortunate rolls, but probably also because I should have been moving up the infantry units faster, and then having the mechanized units move on quicker. Definite mistake there from me. Definite mistake. Wouldn't be all fun if you know just showed you how the best way to win the game, now would it? Right, you're going to get some SU-76s attached, and well, that's it really, I think. Also, most of the units left are, well... Ah, crap, that was a bad idea then. But there's basically nothing else really for my Air Force to do. Postnat's going to pose a bit of problems, since that's pretty much controlling the supply route there to the Küstrin outskirts. On the other hand... Yeah, if I cut that, that should also cut their supply routes to that place. Again, that's going to hurt. Might as well reform those, they're not going to serve much purpose. Or porpoise. Get moving, comrades! But yeah, I mean, as soon as that, you know, first front line fell, that's it. And like saying, you know, charging on Moscow, where that be, you know, line after line after line after line after line with more reinforcements pouring in. I mean, here it's, you know, oh, I managed to break through. Well, I suppose that's it. I just need to clear that up so I can keep the supplies rolling. Though I would like to initiate with some artillery before charging in mindlessly. Anyways, let's see what I can actually get up. This is the Küstrin outskirts by the Oder River. Apparently not much here for this turn. Basically cavalry. go. Now there's basically just one small garrison left in all of this. One tiny little garrison, one little Reich outpost, equipped with some mighty Flak 88s, which will certainly protect them from my air attacks, but that's about it. Yeah, I know. Couldn't we just, pull back? Nein, this is ein Festung. But I don't think it looks much like a Festung. Shut up. There we go. Oh, managed a decisive victory anyway, so there we go. Pretty much the second to last mission this is. Next time, it's Berlin and the end of the Unity of Command Return series. Hope you've been enjoying this, of course. Share, tell everybody about it. How much awesome this is and how awesome I am. That would be great. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers and see you tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow, but also the day after that. Cheers.